Well, good morning. This is April 23rd. I wanted to talk a little bit about this pattern you see on the screen. You see this pretty much of a channel going up and down here, and after you've had a big move up this morning and you started to come down, whether you caught these or not, you can see that there was actually a target of the 49. It bounced up, a lower high, and a much steeper continuation going down on the long or short-term ergodic on the longer time frame. These are pretty good moves, but if you missed those, you'll see this bounce back. This little hint of a lower high with a lower high on the indicator tells you a lot about which direction the market's going to go again. Now, you might have gotten stuck in this mess around the moving averages when they're flat, but here was the important key. Now you've come down here and you've had two lower lows on pretty much a channel, if you will, going down, which tells you if you wanted to take this bounce, now it is 11 o'clock and a little later than we normally do, you could take this bounce up to here with a projected profit from 1202 to 1206. Now, what do you think you should do next? You've got a lower high, another continuation, but you have a little divergence here, okay, in that this is a lower high and a higher high on the indicator. Generally, that also tells you you've got another lower low with a target down here from this previous line of lows. You get out at that point, color change and an arrow, and you could get back in with a target back up here. This is just a repetitive pattern over and over and over. It doesn't necessarily follow all of the ergodic indicators, but you do have signal 1 and 2, color change, and back you go, and you're far enough away, at least 2 points away from the moving averages. Now, the other thing you might want to look at here is that this is a slightly higher high on the indicator, but a much higher high on price, which gave you a great target up here at 1210. You're just trying to make that first resistance, and the retracement is almost always to, well, yesterday's high and the moving average. So you've got a couple of nice targets here for a 3-point move. Bottom line, a lot of this is price action and understanding and just watching the market enough to understand what's going. Now, right now, it's in the middle of lunch, and you're just kind of bouncing off this midpoint of the first resistance. The market tends to move in waves, and this would be a counter trend wave going back up to the high, and if it breaks that, here we've got a couple of other higher highs up here at about 1208 with ultimately a target of 1210. You can't see it, but if you look at, let me move this up here, you can see that we've got the OEX is down, the SPX is up, basically they're both flat, the NASDAQ is much lower, and the Dow has tended to move up, so the big guys are moving the market. So that's kind of how I look at the custom quote page. Just a little hint about how to maybe look at the price action as things go along. I look at that all the time. And basically the indicators are pretty much subliminal to me, so I can't tell you what it's like to be a new trader looking at this, other than to say that I got an email from somebody that says, well, first I thought you were nuts, and then I thought, well, maybe you got something here, and now I understand it. I'm making a lot more progress from a new student. And it's basically, it just takes time to understand how these signals work. Pretty soon you'll fall in love with them. So hope this helped. Have a great spring day. We finally got rid of the snow from yesterday, and we're back to sunny and warm. So talk with you soon.